So hey, I've made it's kind of a New Year's resolution, sort of a movie collector New Year's resolution. I'm trying to focus myself a little bit more within the new year. So overall, I'm still not going to be buying anything personally for the next few months. Next couple of months at least, not till around my birthday time. And that's because I got so much that I need to catch up on. So a lot of movie reviews and updates on stuff that's coming out, deals, deal videos and all that, that'll be coming up. And I decided to focus on three basic companies that I'm going to be collecting some of their stuff over the next, at least over the next 6 months, and see how that goes. And just those three companies alone. So there's going to be a lot of releases I'm going to probably miss out on, but still there's going to be a lot of releases now that I can get that I probably wouldn't have been able to get if I didn't focus on these three companies. And there are three companies that I really enjoy their stuff from. I won't be grabbing like everything. I'm not going to just grab something just because it comes from the company. I'm going to grab the stuff that I like. And those three companies are Scream Factory, the Criterion, and the Kino Lorber Redemption label. Kino, but Redemption, and they're kind of going together, classic and horror. So those are the three I'm going to be focusing on. And I want to do a quick thing here talking about some of the releases for 2014, early releases of the Criterion stuff that I'm looking at, that I want to get, whether I get it right away or I'm going to wait a while because I'm not picking stuff up yet. But here's some stuff that I'm glad I waited on not getting before, because now they come out in some great editions. And the first one is Akira Kurosawa's Throne of Blood, and of course that is his adaptation of Macbeth, and the Scottish play, as you'd say if you're on stage. And it's a classic film, deserves to be in the collection. Really great cover, by the way. Check it out, guys. Google it. Next up is Thief, Michael Mann, starring James Caan. James Caan is one of my favorite actors, and Michael Mann is a great director, very stylish. I've always loved his work, and I'm very much looking forward to this one. The third one is one that I almost picked up, but I'm glad I didn't, because I want this edition so bad, and it's Rififi by Jules Dassin, and the cover is incredible. It is just so artistic and cool, so I'm really glad I waited on this one. It's going to be in Blu-ray, DVD format, new features, just some really cool stuff. Next up, I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up or not, but it is a movie that I really liked when I was a kid, actually. Stanley Kramer's It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. This is basically just a crazy comedy with a bunch of stars thrown in there, and it's still up in the air for me on that one. I'm not going to go through them all. I'm going to go through the ones that really interest me right now. So there's going to be a lot here, like Fantastic Mr. Fox and Jules and Jim, that I'm not really going to touch on, but they're great films. Next one up for me personally is Foreign Correspondent by Alfred Hitchcock, and of course this is one that I'm glad I waited on. The cover's amazing, and a great film. Stars Joel McCrea, and as you know, I'm collecting Hitchcock on Blu-ray. I'm going to be starting a new Hitchcock on Blu series in this very channel in the new year, so watch for that. And next up that I want is Test by Roman Polanski. I want anything by Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski is one of the geniuses, and if you ask a lot of filmmakers, like actual big filmmakers, who one of their favorite directors is, Polanski's name comes up constantly. So whatever you feel about Polanski personal-wise or whatever, he's an amazing director. And the next one is one that was out before, but thankfully they brought it out again. They've kind of just updated it and did a new transfer, and that is Breathless by Jean-Luc Godard. One of the greats of the French New Wave cinema. It belongs in everybody's collection, and I strongly recommend it. Next up is, if you're a Star Wars fan, then you're going to be picking this one up in March, and that's The Hidden Fortress by Akira Kurosawa. This is where Star Wars comes from. It actually has George Lucas talking about Akira Kurosawa on the Blu-ray, so that is going to be really, really interesting to check out. I have not owned this movie in any format, I don't think. I think I may have had a VHS copy a long, long time ago. I'm trying to remember if I've actually owned it. There's a Bergman one coming out. I'm not sure if it's the one I want yet or not. It's Persona. I got to check more into this one. But one that I do want, because as you all know, that if you've looked at my Criterion, you'll remember that one of my favorite Criterions that I bought this year was a movie called Safety Last, and it's a Harold Lloyd film, because I'm a huge fan of Harold Lloyd. I'm a huge fan of silent comedy, silent films in general, actually. And The Freshman is coming out at the 25th of March, and great film. There's a great cover for this. Harold Lloyd is a genius, and he's so underrated when it comes to this stuff. Everybody talks about Chaplin and Keaton, but Lloyd does not get the recognition that I think he truly deserves. There's some great movies coming out from some of the other companies. I've talked about Screen Factory on my last video. I'll do a video talking about some of the Kino stuff that I want down the road, and the Redemption stuff. You know, they're harder to find their upcoming releases on for some reason. But that being said, there's some great stuff coming out in the new year. It's great to be a movie collector right now. I'm so happy that I got so many classics today, and I'm going to be hopefully adding to my classics collection. I love Kino's Library of Congress series. They got two more out that I really want. The Stranger and the Hitchhiker, two great film noirs, one with Orson Welles, one that's directed by Ida Lupino, the only female to direct a film noir, and it's so great to have them. Those are pretty much bare bones releases. I know the Hitchhiker is at least, but to have them on Blu-ray in the best format that you can have these films, it's a must. And if you are collecting Kino or you're collecting like the classic stuff, I gotta recommend Night Tide with Dennis Hopper and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, two ones that I am watching very closely right now myself to see if I can find a decent decent copy for a decent price on down the road on eBay. So these things tend to sometimes go to print. So hopefully, fingers crossed, by the time I'm collecting again, these things will still be here. Also, if you're a Bela Lugosi fan, Devil Bat just came out on Blu-ray by Kino as well. Another film that I just adored. I love the old classic stuff. I could probably sit down and watch it. As much as I love my 80s and my slashers and stuff like that, I can probably watch the classic stuff more than I can watch anything else. Like when I watch my film noirs and stuff, I get immersed in that type of film. I still love my horror. I love my creepy stuff, and I watch the newer stuff and the action movies and stuff. But for me, if I'm sitting here by myself, my better half's gotten to sleep or something like that, I usually just sit down and I watch one of the classics. When we had TCM before we went to all we chucked the cable. TCM was the channel I'd watch every night, and now that we don't, I guess I'm watching a lot of Kino and stuff like that, because that's the type of stuff that I find myself watching. Kino, Charlie Chan, Alfred Hitchcock, a lot of the cool good stuff. And I watch the newer stuff in between, but I got so much stuff to catch up on, so many Criterions. I still have got a box set coming, and I've got 3 more Criterions, one more, no, 4 more Criterions, because I got one coming from eBay, a Kurosawa one actually, and got a surprise one that I'm not sure what it is. So those will be highlighted in an upcoming video. But right now I'm going to sit back, and this has gone cold because I had to go basically decide what I'm going to have for supper, New Year's supper. And I think I'm going to do like a I'm a big breakfast guy. When I was in college, for instance, we had a group of us that hung out on the 6th floor. That was the main floor. It was the only, at the time, co-ed floor. So we were like the cool floor. And we chose, we were snobs back then, we chose who we hung out with very carefully. But there's a bunch of us that I guess in the title of the film, that basically called ourselves the Breakfast Club. But we actually had a reason for it, because we all would stay up all night and just be the first ones to go and grab huge breakfasts together type of thing. Fun times, I gotta say. And maybe I'll talk about that more in another video. It was a great time, I gotta say. My first couple years of college were incredible. Loved it. Back in finishing college off now, learning a lot of great stuff. Is it as incredible as it was when I was younger? College, in that way, is definitely for the young. But yeah, gotta be honest. College that way is definitely for the young. I'm gonna watch some classic stuff tonight, and right now, because I rambled on a bit too much, I am gonna go and make some tea. It is time for tea.